It seems like Capitano will be playable after all, as we have received some unexpected information about his playability and weapon. Il Capitano, also known as the Captain, is one of the Fatui Harbingers, and is considered to be the strongest among the Fatui members. To give you an idea of his strength, he is considered to be the strongest after the Archons. So, after what happened with Arlecchino, we are cooked if we get to fight him in Natlan. Moving on, according to a reliable source called Genshin Intel, Capitano will be playable in the future, but we don't know exactly when. As for his weapon, according to another source called Marrow, Capitano is a sword user. Capitano was shown in the recent Natlan trailer, so we will definitely see him in Natlan. The question is whether or not he will be playable in Natlan. Well, according to the Fatui wheel, Columbina should be the one to become playable, unless someone cooks her like Signora. But that's not going to happen, so she should be the next playable Fatui Harbinger. If Capitano were to be playable in Natlan, we would have gotten some information about his kit by now, but we haven't. On the other hand, we do have some information about Columbina's kit, and we know that she too will appear in Natlan, so we can't ignore this fact. In the second half of Sumeru, when we first got to know that Arlecchino would be the next Fatui to become playable in Fontaine, there were some data miners who said that she would die and she wouldn't be playable. In fact, some people said that Sandrone would become playable in Fontaine, but we obviously know that didn't happen, so it's kind of the same situation. But so far, we are going according to the Fatui wheel, so Columbina should be the one to become playable in Natlan. After Columbina, Capitano will become playable, maybe in Snezhnaya, unless they release 2 Fatui Harbingers in Natlan, which is less likely to happen. At any rate, we got a lot of information about Capitano last month, including his voice lines, so let's quickly take a look at that. And some people may consider it as spoilers, so here's a spoiler warning. In his first voice line, he says, "No change of plan, attack from the front." When he arrives on the battlefield in support, he communicates concisely with his subordinates and leads his army into the battle with experienced calmness. In his second voice line, he says, "Every age gives birth to elites like you, but I defeated every one of them." So basically, he calmly acknowledges the opponents he has fought in battles with the Abyss Order. His third voice line says, "We shall face many hardships on our road towards Her Majesty's ideals, and my responsibility is to fight to the last moment." At last, we still don't know whether he has a vision or not. Since he's not from Teyvat, there's a good chance that he doesn't possess any vision. However, if he does have a vision, it will most likely be either Geo or Pyro, but I might be wrong, so don't take it seriously.